Let's dive right in. This is a walkthrough for an add-on that installs Python packages into the version of Python bundled with Blender. The add-on is available for free on Gumroad and is linked in the description. Blender comes bundled with a version of Python, but it doesn't include several packages that can be relevant for working with scientific graphics or data. You can usually see if a package is installed by simply coming to the scripting window, trying to import the package you want, and then running the script. You might get an error that will say something like no module found with that name. Often, add-ons that require these will include some way to install the package. For instance, Brady Johnston's Molecular Nodes has a button to install the Python package Atomium. This add-on gives access to a simple menu where you can simply type the name of the add-on, press install, and you should be good to go. Installing the add-on is very simple. Download the zip file from Gumroad. In Blender, go to Edit, Preferences, Add-ons, choose Install, navigate to the zip file, and then simply add the add-on. You need to check it right here, but it'll be called CGFigures Module Installer. Enable it, and once it's there, you should be able to find it in the Render Properties tab towards the bottom. I have done testing across several different Windows machines, and the major problem that I have encountered is that the package is sometimes installed in my system build of Python rather than the one for Blender. Usually, you can find out if this has happened by opening the Blender console. Come to Window, toggle System Console, and you should be able to read out the directories involved. So in this case, you can see that I have my system build of Python, which is right here, Python 3.10, site packages, but I'm actually installing into the proper directory. Sometimes the package will accidentally install into this directory right here. So all you have to do is come to this specific file, or this folder rather, site packages, find the folder for the module that you tried to install, in this case SciPy, and copy it over to the lib directory in the relevant version of Blender. And I'll show you both of those sets of folders on my computer. On this screen, you can see two different sets of files. This is my system build of Python, Python 3.10, site packages. And here are a list of different modules that I've installed. So fits, pip, pymu, PDF for other applications. And then on the right side, you can see my 3.4 version of Blender. I happen to use the Blender installer, and so I have a number of versions that I run at any given point in time. But you simply navigate to wherever those directories are, find the version of Blender that you want to work with, enter into the number file there, or the folder rather, so 3.4. Then you're going to come to Python. You're going to look for lib. And from here, you would simply copy whichever of these folders was relevant and paste it in here. And once that's done, you should still have the correct add-on installed. The easiest way to test if installing a package has worked correctly, either directly through the add-on or through copying over the relevant folder, is to go to the scripting window in Blender, entering in the name of the add-on that you want to try and work with, and hitting run. If you get no errors, then you know that the module has been installed appropriately. Note that for each version of Blender, you really should only need to install a package once. But when you update, say you go from 3.4 to 3.5, you may have to reinstall certain modules. Mostly, this is a handy tool for those doing custom scripting, but it can also be useful for working with certain scientific add-ons. I know that in the past, I've had trouble working with this for some of the things I've tried to release, and Michael Douglas of Microsingularity has also had some trouble trying to get some medical visualization add-ons up and running. So this was really intended to make some of those processes easier for people developing and testing, but also for the end users. The code is largely adapted from luckychris on GitHub, who I have linked below. I had to make some small changes to get it working for Windows, as I believe it was originally developed for Mac. I added the wrap-on for the add-on creation using Serpents. I intend to use this add-on, or future versions of it, for some of my upcoming tutorials and assets as I begin to explore more Python-based workflows in Blender for scientific visualization specifically. And with that, thanks for coming out. Although this add-on is available for free, consider supporting Lucky Chris through Buy Me a Coffee, which you can find linked at the bottom of the GitHub page. I know several members of our community specifically have adapted this code for making custom projects. And many thanks as always to my Patrons for their support. If you found this useful, consider subscribing or sharing it with your friends and colleagues. Until next time, you have yourselves a great old day.